everybody! So, I haven't made a video in like 6 months or more, but I've been looking for reasons to make them because I kind of want to get back into it. And I've gained a lot of subscribers in my absence, and that was kind of surprising. And I've also made a lot of new real-life friends in the past 6 months. Hey everybody! Yeah, it's still me, I'm just in video form. And a lot of them probably don't even know that I've made YouTube videos in the past. Now you know. So this is a tag video. I was tagged by Mr. Rational Thought, and the title of it is Living as an Atheist. There are 5 general questions that I'm going to answer. Some of them have been answered already in previous videos, but I know not everybody has looked at all of my videos, so this will actually serve really nicely as something to summarize myself a little bit, where I came from and where I am now. So question number 1 is, were you raised atheist or did you have a religious upbringing of some sort? I definitely had a religious upbringing of some sort. I went to preschool at a Lutheran church. My parents used to take me and my sister to church all the time when we were very young. That didn't last very long though. But we were definitely raised religious, as my parents are still religious now. So there's a sub-point to question 1, and the one that applies to me is, if raised religious, when and why did you become an atheist? I was around 19 years old, might have even been 17, 18, I think it was around 19. And why? Well, at the time I wouldn't even considered myself atheist, probably because I didn't really know the term much, but doubts, really, just couldn't believe what was going on. I just couldn't believe what I had been taught during my youth. I had been questioning it for a long time, but couldn't really come to terms with not believing for a long time. So there wasn't any big experience for me or anything. It was just thinking, really, that did it for me. So that question continues. What was this transition from religion like for you, for your family, etc.? For me, it was pretty weird because it felt abnormal to not believe in a God. Anytime, when I was a Christian, anytime that I heard of somebody who didn't believe in God, I just felt so sorry for them. Like, wow, they're going to hell and that really sucks for them. I wish they could believe in God and go to heaven like I'm going to do. So it was really weird going to that other side that I had such strong feelings about. For my family, they didn't notice, I mean, for several years, or at least, I mean, wasn't even brought up in the home, really. So I would say it's nothing for them. I mean, they know now, well, at least some of them do. I don't even know how much they've talked about it or discussed it at all. But as far as I can see, it hasn't been tough for anybody, really. My mom comes and tells me things every now and then and tries to, please believe because I want you to go to heaven, just please, what's so bad about it, just give it a chance. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. And then we have a talk, and then she's like, yeah, I understand, okay. And then, so it's not really that tough. This sub-question continues yet again with, was this a quick transition or a slow one? Was it easy for you or difficult? It was definitely a slow one because I questioned my beliefs for a long time. So that part of it was really slow, like years and years long. But the turning point, like, of course I can only admit to myself for the first time once. So what happened overnight when I was just finally admitted to myself, wow, I don't believe in God. That was really difficult for me. That was. I didn't cry or have any big emotional explosion or anything. I'd say it was difficult, but it wasn't too bad, I guess. Now finally on to question number 2. Overall, keyword overall, would you say that other people's belief in God is a good thing, a bad thing, or something you're indifferent about? Why? So yeah, overall is a big word here for me because I think it varies from person to person. Overall, I would say it's a bad thing. I have met several religious people where I could say, hey, maybe that's a good thing for them. What they believe is not what I accept as the truth, but look at how happy they are. And I'm always telling people, hey, do what makes you happy. So it's hard for me to look at somebody whose religion has made them so happy and look at it as a bad thing. But overall, I would say it's a bad thing just because of the way things are taught. Like, if they teach you that gay people shouldn't be married, or they teach you that anybody questioning your beliefs is from the devil, I don't like how that is taught, because it teaches you to close your mind and not to seek the truth. Well, it basically teaches you that you've already found the truth, and I don't think that's very progressive. So I think that kind of keeps us as a species in place instead of allowing us to move forward. So yes, I think overall it's a bad thing. Question number 3 is, have you ever been treated differently by people because you're an atheist? If so, please describe this in detail. Not really. From believers, I mean, a couple words from my family maybe, nothing harsh. From fellow atheists, they might make a joke to me once in a while, but it's not like a big deal. I mean, if it's negatively, no, I haven't been treated differently. Positively, maybe a little bit, but no, not really. Question 4. If not a religious person, which I'm not, do you consider yourself to be a spiritual person? Why or why not? No, not at all. I don't know. I don't have any reason to, I guess. I wish I could elaborate on this more. I don't believe in any kind of spirits or superstition or luck or angels or demons or any... No, I don't. Question 5. The final question. For many people, belief in God provides hope or comfort with respect to suffering in the world and to the inevitability of death. As an atheist, how do you come to terms with these things? This has actually been an interesting sort of thought for me over the years, because I did used to think that, well, it's okay when I die, I'm going to heaven, so it'll all be great. And I used to think that other people would go to heaven after they died, so like other religious people, it comforted me. So now that I don't believe in that, I mean, when I look at other people who say, oh, he's going to a better place, it's okay, half of me feels sorry for them and half of me wants to say something, but of course it would feel very inappropriate, so I don't say anything at that time especially. So how do I accept that I don't believe I'm going anywhere after I die, and suffering? I guess suffering, I don't know, I haven't really suffered a whole lot in my life. I guess in general I'd say I've had a normal life as far as suffering goes. So I guess I've never really needed religion much for that. I have prayed a lot in my downtime and sought Jesus and God for help, but it didn't help much. There was a small period in my life, I think it was early high school, maybe late junior high, when I wasn't a very happy person, and I realized that I wasn't being very religious at that time, so I was like, hey, maybe I should start praying more, and I did, and it helped me become happier. But so now that I don't have that, I can't lean on that anymore. I guess I just look to myself and try to find out what I can do to ease my own suffering. Or as far as death goes, that's a tough one to swallow, really, because I don't like the idea of not being around, mainly because I want to know what's going to happen in the future. Like, when does the earth explode or get sucked into the sun, or whatever is going to happen with it? I don't like that I'm not going to be around for that. But that's how it is. That's what I'm going to have to accept. So how do I come to terms with it? I just accept it, I guess. It's not all that difficult. I mean, it sucks, but what am I going to do about it? So how about that? A new video. Haven't had one of those in a while. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you like what you see, well, if you liked what you saw, you can press like. If you'd like to see more, you can click on subscribe, wherever that is today. YouTube's always changing crap up. So the tag video's over now. A couple words about what I'm thinking about as far as my channel goes. I've thought about interviewing like pastors or preachers or people, and this is very just thinking about it. I have made no plans. And trying to bridge the gap, I guess, between non-believers who have a lot of strong negative feelings toward believers and vice versa. Just because, there's non-believers who are like, what? You believe in a God? You're so stupid. And then, the believers who are like, what? You don't believe in God? You're so stupid. So, to try and realize that everybody has their own reasons for believing or not believing whatever they do or do not, and that we're all people, we all have our own feelings and stuff that influence us. Just because we've been influenced in a way and act a certain way doesn't necessarily make us bad people, no matter which side of religion or non-religion we're on. And I don't know if this would even work, or if they'd agree to it. Interviewing preachers or pastors at churches, just to say, hey, what do you believe and why is that? Oh, well, what about this? And not having a debate, just having a discussion and letting me ask them questions so that people can see that not all believers or theists are bad people, and allowing them to ask me questions, hopefully they would, so that religious people can see that non-believers, agnostics and atheists, aren't bad people either. I don't know how much success I would have, and the thought of it actually makes me kind of nervous, actually going to interview somebody. I don't know. I'd have to build up some guts for that. But it's a thought. I don't know if it'll ever happen. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and sticking with me, if you have. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.